wish I could just take my time. I'm always in such a rush. They hate when I speak my mind. Maybe I said too much, but she knows how hard it gets. Living in this life of lust, you never really know what's next, but it never seems to be enough. I hear I'm hating, but I don't even need them. I started in the basement, I make this shit look easy. She started getting naked, we hardly ever speak, and just get to going crazy. She don't wanna play these games with me, so now she got a taste of it. She wanna ride this wave with me. Remember I was wasted, girl. You can't put the blame on me. Losing our minds. Do this every night. Can you just unwind with me? Just lay with me. Take my time. Always in such a rush. I hate it when I speak my mind. Maybe I said too much. She knows how hard it gets. Living in this life of lust, you never really know what's next, but it never seems to be enough. Just lay with me. Just take my time. Always in such a rush. I hate it when I speak my mind. Maybe I said too much. She knows how hard it gets. Living in this life of lust, you never really know what's next, but it never seems to be enough.
You're gonna love me, yeah, you better love me. You're gonna love me, yeah, you better. Fuck me, don't fight me, yeah, fuck me, don't fight me. You're gonna love me. You said you would never leave me. Can't see your colors bleeding. Yeah, you better love me. Yeah, you better love me. You're gonna love me, yeah, you better love me. You're gonna love me, yeah, you better. Fuck me, don't fight me, yeah, fuck me, don't fight me. You're gonna love me. You said you would never leave me. You love me, yeah, you better love me. Can't see your colors bleeding. Fuck me, don't fight me, you're gonna love me. Yeah, you better 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 love me.
I'm gonna be so real. I was literally like 1 second away from being from being late, dude. Good evening, everybody. Give me just a second. Alright, so I think we decided on doing Walpurgisnacht tonight. I see, I see. Let's do it. I haven't gotten any spoilers, so that's good. That's always nice. Let's see what we run into today. Should be a good time. Hmm. What's up, Law? I'll lower this down just a little bit. I know I raised it up for Delta. And... Phew! What's going on, Dippy? I fuck with that. That's pretty hot. I fuck with that. Let me go ahead and see what I can pull off with that. No. Is this guy even worth it? Oh, yeah, I mean, he's tier 3. I guess he's worth it just to have on hand. Just in case. Yeah, I really don't give a fuck. You already know what I'm here for, nigga. I'm still pissed off at the fact that I didn't do them. Can't purchase. You bum ass. Oh shit. Okay, so these are the new ones. Donna is Fixer. Burn Trimmers. Okay. Okay. Dawn Officer Rep. Oh yeah! Dawn Splitter! Crack of Dawn. Alright, yeah. I like you. I fuck with it. There'll be no more tier 2 IDs. Crisis. Neat. Truth. I mean, I fuck with it. Fuck it. No more tier 2s. I'm with it. I mean, adding new tier 2 IDs would be kind of fucking retarded. Just being real. Let's check. I can choose. Well, I gotta get Valencia first. This is like common knowledge. Can I pull it off with 30? I'd have to get like all of them right. Oh. How the fuck? I mean, I'm not fucking complaining, but holy shit. Alright, I think the rest of them are fucking Heathcliff. What am I talking about? What the fuck do you mean? I literally just showed you. Average is 2x the boxes you spend. Yeah, okay, but not for me. For me, the average is like 1.5. Alright, so it was good for me. You guys are just spoiled. Holy fuck. Oh no, these are pretty good odds. Okay. 4th, 5th Bokak. So Honglu, we already have him. Solomon, have him. Okay. So Solomon Yiseng. Dawn Office Gregor. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Let's do it. Mirror, mirror on the wall. How many pools will it take to get them all? The answer? Quiet. The answer? Quiet. Alright, so that's 40 pools. Okay. Okay, we'll be back in a second. So guys, how's life going? Yeah, it's good. Dawn Office required for a good thumb team. Bum ass monkey magic. We're still going to this? I think we're still on this one. Okay, so we have 40 pools. The odds that I get this in 40 pools are so astronomically low. Yeah, you hate him. I know. That's it. Collaboration test by breathing for 2 seconds. And 2 seconds after he gets his hands on it, the supervisor comes along and says it's gonna be fixed. Oh shit! I wish I could pronounce your name, man, but thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you for the sub, dude. Out of all the things it could have given me, that was Walpurgisnacht related. Oh. Another one. That's a tier 2. Fixer Dawnbreaker. Alright, let's do it. The 8th Walpurgisnacht. Dusk of Amber, bro. What? 5th Walpurgisnacht. It is an Inca fill-in event. Okay, alright. Hmm. Hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I got it. Yeah, I figured that much out. So in other words, I gotta spend a fuck ton of Incophone. I can figure that out. I can make that work. Watch me cook now. I look, you need to do this anyways.
나쁘지는 않았구려. 붓을 몇
장화는 끝났나?
나쁘지는 않았구려. 붓을 몇 번.
다른 부서도 벌써 한바탕 고작
이 정도로 만족하려고 패륜의 죄까지 저지른 게 아니야. 더 많은 가족들이 배불리 먹기 위해 피의 흐름이 멈춰선 안 돼.
Yeah, so that should definitely... Guys, out of these two pools, it's definitely gotta give them 10 consecutive battle and got inconsistent. 10x consecutive battle and got stream content from it too. 10x consecutive battle? What the fuck is this guy talking about? Bro, when is the first deck extract? All the way over there. That's so hot. What the fuck? Who told them they were allowed to do that shit? Don't do this at home. I love that. That makes my life so much easier. See how easy that makes my life? Holy shit, bro. The quality of life update! The quality of life update! When has that been a thing? How long? How long has that been there and I haven't known? Ayo, you didn't have to skip it? I was gonna skip it either way, gang. Oh shit!
조정. 부고를 전하겠어.
Start of the season? Holy fuck.
이 처참한 보화. 호접이 그대를 화장할지니.
Is this the ego?
그 후로 아무것도 남지 않으리.
I'm okay with this. Seeing as I have the actual ego, I'm like, the actual ID, like, I'm actually cool with that. Ego turns Yiseng into a trimmer ID? Okay. Is there anybody who's not level 60? Oh, yes there is. Yeah, there is. Oh yeah. Okay, and then where is Rhodia? Rhodia! Who doesn't have one yet? Merceau. Merceau does not have one. Gregor? Gregor really doesn't have one? Oh, shit, okay. Okay, just those two, I suppose. Can Broadman uptie them? Can I uptie them? Those are good. These are good questions. My lawyer, unfortunately, has actually advised me not to answer them. Yes, yeah, I can do it.
지금 네가 뭘 잊었는지, 뭘 희생하고 온 건지 알아? 처음 곰을 쥔 날부터 네 놈을 데리고 돌아온.
You've not entered an entanglement. That's a relief. Relief? Ramsa, skip that shit. You got nothing, no results, no progress, nothing at all. Not even a half-decent excuse for the central bastards who couldn't stop crawling up my ass. This isn't what I came back for. I said I'd do as I was told. I wouldn't dare think of leaving again, so why must you do this to Yoshihide? And the sorrow that is condensed within you. Yet now that you have sought refuge under her wings and the shot of the fingers, you know as I do that no gentler world remains. The arithmetic of these circumstances. Right down to it. Wandering out there, chasing a stupid ass star that wasn't supposed to be yours. You didn't just make a bad call, you made the worst call. Choosing the Dihui star's blade over the Tiancha stars wouldn't have had to lock that damn brat up in the time vault if you'd just listened. That would be enough for you. Did 90 and got Gregor 4 times, Faust twice, and no he sang. I think I've pulled fucking like 40. 40 or 50. And I do hope you understand as well, dearest daughter, this would be a far prospect for that child too. Yoshihide's aptitude to sense the flow of time is impressive indeed, perhaps even comparable to yours. If we'd had enough absolute time, perhaps we could gradually let the perspective settle within her, but we do not, which is why we must press the process forward, even if we must induce a temporal entanglement. Let us check again in 2 days. I'll take her place. Thinking of that cup, I've had it with a sob story routine. I don't need to tell you anything. To wander off without telling anyone shit too, don't you? Go fuck yourself. Feels like just yesterday you were sobbing and sniveling into your mommy's arms. The story is boring, generic HS uptight story sluggery is the best one out of all of them. Now you're all grown up. Stuff a brat in a time ball for a while and it'll shoot right up like a frickin' weed. Hey, does that vault come with bedtime milk on tap or something? Been wondering what you're up to. Booze, huh? Figures. Those bottles are cold as hell. Can't the stuff inside go bad? Still a brat on the inside, huh? Is it kind of stupid that pisses me off? Booze doesn't go bad. Ever heard of it aging? Well then, never thought that stuttering retard with her ego and the clinking tin girl could stop you anyway. But the other nurse fathers, no way in hell you whacked them all and got this far on your own. They chimed in to explain what he'd witnessed. The pinky nurse father and Sinclair. Sinclair, who is... yeah, okay. They betrayed and turned on us. She dead? Not the last time I saw her. She was still engaged in a battle. I'd sob and snivel under Valencia's arms. Jesus Christ. Yeah, that's whatever then. The other nurse fathers are all washed up morons, but they won't lose to take it. Believe what you want, you'll get to meet the other three in hell soon enough. Ask them what happened. Anyhow, Pinky Nurse Father. Anyone, did another one join your ranks while I was gone? What? Wait a minute, that sword. Why the hell do you have that sword? I realized facing you with Promethean style would be a losing bet. So I learned a new sword fighting style. The sword was given to me then. And who gave it to you? I don't bother hunting them down. I don't remember well, but they're already dead. An errant rage swelled within Rodion. She trembled like she was about to burst, but she didn't know why. She couldn't. Rather than asking herself what set fire to this wrath, or why it burned with such an inexorable intensity. Bro, alright, sometimes I feel like the writers for Limbus Company just be using esoteric words for no fucking reason. Like, I literally speak fucking medicine, and some of these words are like, bro, who told you to use that fucking word? Do you even have any idea who you forgot? What you threw away to get this far? From the first day her baby hands held a sword, all the way to the day she brought you here? You got any idea how I honed that ticket of mine day after day? Rodion chose to fire that rage at the one who had dared to speak those words. Ungrateful little bitch. W, honestly? How dare you forget my ticket? Is that even translatable to Korean, or did the localization team pull it out of their ass? No, they really they did pull that shit out of their ass. So I'm confused. Is Rodion calling the Pinky Nurse Father ticket? Because Yoshihide should be her ticket. Next up for the interview, our very own war hero, Rodion Bagnatelli takes the... What are you doing hiding in that corner? That's not like you at all. Is that a picture you're looking at? Don't tell me it's your family photo or something like that. You know, we always say, Rodeo. Soldiers looking longingly at their family photos are setting themselves up for a 99% chance of getting killed out there. He was the first and Yoshihide was the second. I see. Get the fuck out of here and take that dumbass superstition with you. It's not the ticket. She is in our world, but in their world, Ryoshu takes the place of Araya. I see. Okay, gotcha. People of my caliber didn't die over stupid crap like that. Oh wow. That's hella swagger you've got there. Stacked up like a damn skyscraper. Well, guess your record speaks for itself. How's your winning streak looking now? Counting formal duels and one-on-one battle bouts, 13 and consecutive, huh? Get the damn number right if you're keeping score, it's 15. Dang, that's gotta be the highest winning streak in our front line, isn't it? And the poor bastards you off weren't nobodies either. Every one of them was a big name with big game. Like it could have ended any other way. So, who's the kid in the photo? Your daughter? Yeah. Gotta thank your lucky stars she didn't look anything like her mama, huh? What was that? Hey, easy there. That was a compliment. Kid looks like a sweetheart, that's all. Smart and well-behaved too, I bet. Unlike, well... Been too damn nice to you because you're a Class 5 staff member, haven't I? Son of a bitch. Old me would have ripped an arm off you for a good lesson, you know that. Back in my day, I wasn't... Underboss, Soda Capo, yeah, we know, but you're not one now, are ya? Not for long. Once the war is over. There it is again. That's enough jinxing to lose us the battle. Still, a winning streak this good? You've practically earned the Soto Capo title back already. Don't worry, we'll all be groveling at your feet when that happens. Making damn sure to add a miss before Rodion. Ha! Miss Rodion? Nah, Miss Rodeo will do. What's the difference? It's got a different echo, apparently. Yeah, Miss Rodion doesn't exactly roll off the tongue. Echo? Yep. Something... ticket. My daughter says sometimes. Miss Rodion. An enemy was spotted emerging from their camp. Judging by the broadcast setup, they're probably preparing to air a single combat. Please get ready to... Which motherfucker are you talking about? An elite employee of L-Corp, I hear. Guess that's my cue, then. Alright, you're up. Our fearless war hero's obviously about to add another glorious victory under her belt. So I'll just be the cameraman and enjoy the show from the front line, or the sidelines. Yeah, you do that. Make sure to keep your eyes open, and don't you forget to give me a big hand once I'm done. Rodion Bognatelli is gonna strut back with another flashy victory. Textbook. You stay put and keep your eyes open, you hear me? If I may, master, I can... I said eyes, not your damn mouth. Don't flap it at me. Don't talk back. Do exactly what I told you to. I'll have to haul that little bitch back and drill the Palermitan style into her from baby steps. Here we go again. Another lifetime of fucking work. If you get your ass killed too, then who's gonna be left to help me do all that shit, huh? Huh? I wasn't thinking. My sincerest apologies, master. How many times do I have to repeat myself? Don't think hard. Don't think easy. Don't you even think of thinking. And just do as you're told. Capiche? Answer. Capiche? Yes, ma'am. It hurts. Ugh, not this crap again. It was textbook I slapped, not you. Yoshihide touched her own cheek, as if Rodion's backhand had landed on her instead. Her future. Her past. All the strands of time she might never reach had perhaps flooded into her eyes, leaving their mark in her vision. She could no longer tell from which strand the pain had come. Only the stinging sensation remained, vividly and undeniably extant. Extant, like what kind of fuck... Bro, who told these niggas to use those words? I have to scrape out every last trace. Every last Trapped within the entangled strands of time, Yoshihide could no longer recognize the present, the now, for what it was. Only pain and agony remained etched in her. Only hatred and resentment for her nurse fathers. I'll cut everything up, sever and burn it all just because I want to. And so she kept swinging her blade in desperation. The Palermitan! Yeah, that's such a fucking goofy-ass word. Style is indeed a masterful school of swordsmanship, but why does the House of Spiders need it? It was not a question Rodion had asked herself before. Nor had she fully ever rid herself of her doubt about the vaguely phrased purpose of the house, the creation of the blade that cuts through all. At one point, she had tried to dig down to the root of the matter herself. After failure upon failure, however, Rodion chose not to climb back up, but to keep sinking to the endless pit. An endless pit where she didn't have to understand the purpose of all the things at the House of Spiders. Nevertheless, Rodion had stopped imparting the Palermitan style to her student. Or never stopped. It began as an outlet for her frustration. A vague hope that if the girl could at least learn the style to perfection, it might make some damned difference. This is like a death battle announcing. Then it changed. The girl absorbed everything taught to her like a sponge, and Rodion found herself liking the way the child stuck with her, pressing close to a woman everyone else avoided like the plague. But by the end, teaching the style was no longer a lesson. It was the last thing left for her to do, and she had run out of all other excuses. At least in those days, when Rodion raised her hands against the girl she thought of as her daughter, her ticket, she had still bothered to dress it up with justifications, however thin they were. You broke the thumb's code of conduct. You moved too slowly. You're not doing as you're told. You have the nerve to cry when you've done nothing right. However, when she finally learned that even the ticket she'd put her trust in was not a golden one she dreamed of, she could no longer contain the rage boiling up inside her. Justifications, excuses really, no longer mattered before her anger. She lashed out and struck the new girl without any particular reason. Never once should Rodion understand that the one who had set aflame the few scant thread of the spider, the threads that might have led her to the golden chance she'd spent so long craving, weakling, was none other than herself. That's fair. Just look at me. Can't say I've got much of a comeback. Still better than the other weaklings who are out cold or croaked. Tell me what happened while you can still think straight. Well, you did manage to burn off the vermin's wings. At least you accomplished something before you ended up like this. The Lord of Flies. Reflexes bordering on precognition with extraordinary combat capability. A monstrosity armed with corrosive fluid that can melt anything, and the ability to swoop in and out of battles with airborne hit-and-run tactics. G-Corp's decisive weapon clearly set outside the average standards of war weaponry. But other wings also possessed capabilities that more than matched the Lord of Flies' own. The Lord of Flies had already been slain a couple of times, first by the endless waves of R-Corp's mercenaries, and once more by T-Corp's unthinkable inventions and other prestigious fixer offices. For long, however, it would appear on the front lines again, and once Command decided that the loss of exchange ratio was no longer within the acceptable range, research attempts began for ways to counter G-Corp's Game Changer. And they discovered that in its moment of death, the Lord of Flies would leave behind a magnificent entity known as the Maggot Prince. But the vermin won't stop spawning back if it's not killed before transforming, is that it? Yeah. To stop that, we had to limit as much of its mobility as possible and remove any chance for the Maggot Prince to hide or escape. Leo Association's flames burned away one pair of wings in the infestation zone as planned. Our ranks broke halfway through and things got real ugly for a bit. But I managed to deal with the vermin's remaining wings before you got here. Lucky, huh? Well, seems this is as far as luck would take me. Half his upper body melted away, the fixer directed a bitter gaze around him. Countless soldiers had fought beyond their limits, but were nowhere near felling G-Corp's bioweapon. Who might that injured fixer be? It's a good question. And the only reinforcement that arrived at that hell was a single fighter. Dawn had begun to settle on the battlefield. With eyes full of doubt, the fixer finally gave voice to the question lodged in his throat. Ah, it's a Dawn office fixer. Ah, I see. Do you think you can finish that monster off? Rodion stepped forward with a savage smirk. She swept her gaze over the battlefield like she already owned it, standing straight with the arrogance of a hero marching at the head of a triumphal procession. Each firm step she took spoke of an unshakable confidence that she would win the fight. Don't you know who I am? Of course I do, I've seen you fight before. Rodion of Famiglia Bagnatelli. There isn't anyone on this front who doesn't know your name. Huh, so you do know. And stop fidgeting like some scared puppy and get your ass to the rear. Anyone who had seen Rodion fight a duel even once knew better than to dismiss her arrogance for mere bluff, because they knew that every duel she fought would end with a head lopped off, followed by a spectacular flourish of the sword. Rodion's sword, always. You know? I'm different from the rest of you cannon fodder. I don't lose duels. Never have, never will. Those on the front lines had no choice but to trust in the confidence exuding from the way Rodion's coattails billowed behind her steps. In battle, knowledge bears a weight no fighter can afford to ignore. What kind of opening is the opponent prone to target? Which foot do they withdraw first when dodging a blow? What options do they reach for when backed into a corner? Which sword stance comes out when they have to measure each other's breath in a prolonged duel? Know how the opponent aims the edge of their blade, and the duel will lean into one's favor. Bad habits rubbed off on you. I suppose you really are cut from her cloth. What's with that stupid look, dumbass? Thought you'd have a shot just because you were relying on a sword-fighting style I didn't teach you? Hoping to keep Rodion from predicting her movements, Yoshihide tried sheathing her sword to reassume another stance. I'm the one who taught your mommy her sword-fighting style, you know. Only for Rodion's rapier to intercept her and cut the attempt short. I just can't with greenhorns who haven't had a taste of the war. Put what you learn to use. Don't just blindly swing that sword. Do it right. Shut up. I don't want any advices from you. You can't close the distance, and I'm not some thick-skulled idiot like Otis who prefers eating hits with those augmentation tattoos of hers. What's your damned plan with that long-ass sword draw, huh? Showing off? Look at me, I can even cut through space. Is that it? You're hardly in a position to play calm, are you? I know that eye of yours is close to overheating. The primer strikes, and the acceleration round fires. It's the opening strike that won Rodion victory in countless duels. Her rapier shoots forward in a blink, piercing through the erratic movement and straight into the heart of the Lord of the Flies. A fighter of mediocre skill would have died right then and there, unable to defend against the thrust, but the same could not be said for the entity she's facing. For fuck's sake, your wings are burned off. Can't you at least act like you're wobbling around, asshole? I'd have to move at least twice as fast before this raper can so much as graze that bastard. You talk too much. In that instant, her precognition twists and bends. The prediction she had seen mere second ago overwritten by something entirely different. The eye darts frantically from one direction to the other. The direction from which the wind blows, the density of the clouding dust, the faint fluttering of her sleeves. The eye braids every last clue together and derives a single possible outcome for it. It's a computation that has never once betrayed Rodion's expectations. It dodged. The instant Rodion registered the attack... Fuck! The instant Rodion registered the attack, she snapped her hands aside. You know what? You guys can read the fucking line. No, I'm just kidding. A single black line sliced past her face. Cold brushed against her cheek. A few strands of hair were cut off and scattered into the air as Rodion scoffed in disgust. Disgusting fucking fly. So that's what you're firing. Hawking up half-digested corpses? That's some nasty shit right there. Rodion's gaze followed the missed shot to where the corrosive fluid had pooled, hissing as it ate into the ground. Several corpses lay half-submerged in it, their forms slowing about in the shapeless pulp. The smoke rising from the revolting mass smelled like rotting human flesh, a stench too foul to put into words. A fist came driving straight toward her. Rodion caught its force on the tip of her blade and diverted it aside. She read each erratic flurry of attacks motion by motion, driving her rapier into the openings. Whenever she realized the monster has seen through her path, she changes the arc of her attack with the recoil of her bullets. The building recoil is all it takes. With each slash, the Palermitan style accelerates, and eventually, Rodion's footwork, which had been trailing behind one pace at a time, began to catch and lock into the rhythm of the Lord of Flies assault. In one swift turn, the Lord of Flies sweeps around to Rodion's back. An attack from the dead angle, aimed to break through her advantage. However, got you right where I want you, prey. The instant a chilling metallic click rang out, doubt flickers in the entity's eyes. The Lord of Flies didn't predict wrong. It was simply that, for one brief moment, Rodion's eye had seen further ahead. The computation predicted the future outcome more perfectly than her opponents. Rodion fired a lone bullet that had been loaded in place of an acceleration round, a fragmenting armor-piercing ammunition. The bullet tore forward with a deafening shot. For the first time since the duel began, the Lord of Flies lost its balance and crashed hard into the ground. What's wrong, Bug? That one got under your shell? A mere underling of the thumb. You dare. Bad news for you. This one's gonna hurt just a little more. Jagged metal shrapnel flied in every direction, ripping through everything nearby. My win. Convinced of her victory, Rodion moved in at once to collect the insect's head, but in that instant, one of the Lord of Flies' arms ballooned up right in her front of her face. Ah, shit. Your reaction has slowed. The more variables there were to predict, and the harder those variables became to read, the faster the eye of precognition would overheat. Rodion had already survived many close calls in this duel by drawing answers from its foresight. When the overheated eye failed her for just a heartbeat, corrosive fluid exploded from the Lord of Flies and ate through her leg. The acid of the Lord of Flies is no less lethal than the deadliest venoms out there. The vicious wound it leaves is the kind no kind of... Let's try this one again. The vicious wound it leaves is the kind no common treatment could mend, the kind that no budget-priced singularity could patch up. Still, not every useful soldier chooses the very center of the battlefield as their stage. Even this seemed to be a development well within Rodion's prediction. Shit, this hurts like hell. But you know, the thing is, I'm actually pretty fucking important. Got a big name and all. As she fished out a single bullet that contained a certain useful someone from command had given her prior to the duel. People of my caliber, carry one of these just in case. A sliver of green light flashes across the calendar, and the bullet burrows straight into Rodion's heart. From the bullet flows tears shed by another being in another being's stead, and now it courses through Rodion's veins. Helipoiesis bullet. K-Corp Singularity, condensed to its most potent form, mint her melted leg in the blink of an eye. Shut the fuck up! Shut the fuck up, Dippy! And it doesn't stop there. The tears also restored the overheating eye to the original state Rodion pictures in her mind. Oof, thought that was the end for me. Surprised? Didn't expect that, did ya? I'm good as new now. It really gets under your skin, huh? Joining the winning side if you're jealous. Although she threw the line out like a victory cry, Rodion wasn't exactly in a position to brag. She had already used every decent high-grade round she had, and without the soldados to provide her extra supplies, there was no other crutch she could rely on. Her body had restored to perfect condition, but her chances had not. Using the H-bullet didn't mean she could suddenly come up with a breakthrough plan to defeat her opponent. Despite the odds being against her, Rodion's fighting spirit did not so much as waver. She held up her sword again and brandished it in the same spectacular flourish. Fucking dog shit. Keep swinging that thing and you're gonna become a retard, you know. There won't be a damn thing left to remember even if you win. I know. That's why I'm severing it all. Nothing must be allowed to remain here. Not memory, not time, not even the heart to hold them. That is the ending you, who have made me into who I am, and I will meet. An honest one-on-one duel. The Palermitan style is known to accelerate the longer a duel lasts. A duel of this kind couldn't be more ideal for a practitioner of that style, but this goddamn blade trail. The chaotic trajectories of the sword and the myriad blade trails carved into the very air put a brake on Rodion's acceleration. The more her movements accelerated, the more severed space around her closed in, leaving her less and less room to stand. Despite the odds being against her, Rodion's fighting spirit did not so much as waver. She held up her sword again and brandished it in the same spectacular flourish. As long as the acceleration could bring me to the future I foresaw, Rodion's mind began to race. She had no idea what the Lord of Flies had learned while fighting the employees of the other wings and fixer associations, but it was easy to guess that the vermin was blindsided by the fact that a bullet to the heart had actually healed her instead of killing her immediately. You make too much noise. Can you not fight quietly? Rodion did not bother putting that thought into words. This opponent's killing blows would always come for the head, the brain. Putting that trivial fact into her account wasn't enough to slow down the overload on the eye of precognition. A clash, 2, then 3. With every clash, the sounds of sword and gunshot began to lag further behind the motion itself. It should be further, not farther. The future her eye had shown her drew closer and closer. The sword movements of the Palermitan style began to gain speed, the rapier and the blade, and Rodion herself, too. At the end of the next instant, The duel was wrapped up once and for all, with a singular point drilling into the neck of the Lord of Flies. And the hunt comes to a close. A singular point drilling through scores of after-images. The lightning-fast attack can neither be severed, nor avoided, nor parried. Rodion believed in the force that directed the arc of Yoshihide's blade, the force of hatred and hostility towards her and the other Norse fathers. The decisive blow would not be delivered by the Dihui Star's blade, but instead by a weapon that would guarantee the utter annihilation of her enemy, the Tiantia Star's blade. The precognition born of that belief pierced the waves of time rushing over Yoshihide and corrected the reverse causality once more. And the hunt comes to a close. In that split second before death, a flash of insight finds Rodion. Her lips curled with a triumphant smile. Victory was within reach. But in that same instant, there was another corridor. We'd been waiting for the opening born in that very same precognition. Only fellow practitioner of the Prowler-Midden style could have spotted that opportunity. It was an attack from a blind spot that could neither be predicted nor blocked unless the eye had room to compute the variable of another enemy. The arc of the sword, perfected over thousands of repetitions, pierced through Rodion's heart. Ew. The heartbeat of the thumb nurse father began to still into a faint echo, and only then the eyes of the boy, whose body still bore the bruises of his master's beatings. You dare betray me after everything? Finally stirred with the flicker of living light. Haha, that's my goat! That's my goat! Justice for textbook, bro. Holy fuck, bro. Why does... I had to put a lot of effort into that. Holy moly. There we go. That's my goon? Oh, no.
1대1 결투에선 팔레르모로 이긴 제가 유리합니다.
This guy's probably boring. Someone said this guy's boring as fuck. I'm going for the kill. I see it. Imbalance. A split second opening. Oh shit. It's a direct continuation. I'm not gonna read this one out. I know it. The sword in my hand runs through Master's heart. It wasn't as if the momentary burst of determination. No, my body moved on its own. What about how to throw yourselves into? Turning your teeth into the jugular of the woman who raised me. Alright, yeah, I get it. This guy's just gonna yap for the next like 20 minutes about how much he hates her. There we go. There we go. Holy moly, dude. Hold on, is this? Oh my god. Oh my god. Not all of them are maxed out. Oh, the grind for up tie 4 on all of them is gonna be crazy. Hate Yap, stole her eye and sword, toss nurse fathers into Ryoshu, evil time cut vortex, and then skip town. These guys fucking peak, bro. I would also steal her eye and her sword, bro. Fuck that shit. Toss her fathers into Ryoshu, evil time cut vortex. Yup. Nah, definitely. Good on him, bro. He definitely deserves it. I need to like lock in and get these guys to uptie 4 so that I can fucking do that shit. Lindsay, thanks for tuning in. I really appreciate it. Okay. There's not a lot to do. Could be a good night for after hours. Don Gregor uptie story shows more of the smoke war and the lone fixer standing at dawn. Nice. Peak. We're probably gonna go into after hours here in a minute. Alright, yeah, let's do that. Alright guys, thank you so much for coming out tonight, guys. If you haven't yet, please hit the like button and subscribe. Join the Discord server if you want to hang out with the community. We're about to actually go there right now for after hours. But until then, guys, next stream... Today's what, Thursday? So next stream is actually tomorrow. Oh, fuck. But until then, guys, keep moving forward and have a good evening.